everybody. Excuse my wet hair. I'm currently working in a power pocket. This is a time where I have one kid that is watching tunes, waiting for his lunch to be done, and the other one is still napping. So I have a very small amount of time to get some shiz done. So I'm gonna throw some chicken in to meal prep for the week. I did some vegetables last night. I mean, it's very good if you can do this, but I never really have like an hour to sit aside to just meal prep. Like, that's not my life. So what usually happens is I make veggies at dinner, extra veggies at dinner. I roast a couple sweet potatoes while I'm making, like last night I roasted a couple sweet potatoes while I was making last night's dinner. And today we're gonna head to the library as soon as Sis gets up. So I wanna get some chicken in the crock pot so I can shred that later. So my favorite recipe for shredded chicken is a salsa chicken. It's very good. It's flavorful, which I like things nicely seasoned. I can't do bland. That's not in my life either. So what I usually do is I get out my crock pot, put it on low, and I'm using frozen breast because I didn't thaw any. So that's also part of my life. So I just get like a small can of salsa. The size doesn't really matter too much. This is the True Goodness brand from Kroger. It's about 15 ounces. You can also get like the bigger one like this and use that, or they have actually a larger size and you can use just half of it and save it for the next time. So I just pop this open. And this is a one pot dish. I don't use a bunch of mixing bowls because I don't live in that world either. So you want to pick a salsa that has just vegetables in it. You don't want you don't want sugar, you don't want added oils, you don't want anything like that. This one just has tomatoes, tomato paste, water, jalapenos, onions, vinegar, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and that's it. So pretty healthy. Dump it in. The next thing I do is I get some taco seasoning. This one is the one from Costco. It doesn't matter which one. There's a Fixate one on the Fixate channel if you're into it. Also, you can just go to Pinterest and look up taco seasoning. It's actually a really great use up if you have a lot of spices in your cabinet to just kind of throw some of the things that you've had sitting around for a little bit, because we all gather spices as we make new recipes and stuff. So let me just grab my measuring spoon. So I have a teaspoon here. So per jar of salsa, I do about 2 tablespoons, I'm sorry, of the taco seasoning. I just dump that right in there. So what I'm gonna do next is just mix it together with the measuring spoon, because why dirty another thing? Just mix it all together. You know, when you start cooking the chicken, it's gonna create its own juice, so you don't need like a ton of salsa in it, because that would be nice to waste. So usually I do 2 or 3 breaths. So you'll just throw them in here. Like I said, these are frozen. So I have 3 breaths in here now. And what I do next is I just take some of that mixture and just cover up the chicken inside the crock pot. You'll have some time to kind of mesh these together later once it starts cooking down a little bit and it starts thawing out. Now I usually leave this for about 5 or 6 hours if it's on low. You want to kind of, once it gets to the 4 or 5 hour mark, check it, because I don't like dry chicken. It's gross. Even shredded, it's gross. So just keep an eye on it. Once you can stick a fork in it and spin and it kind of splits apart on its own, you're good. Turn it off, let it cool, shred it up, stick it in the fridge, eat it all week. I eat it on salads. I make bowls, like Chipotle style bowls out of it with rice and greens. You can eat it with eggs. You can eat it with anything. It's good, never gets old. I make this all the time. So if you guys have any questions, please drop it in the comments. Like the video if you want to see more recipes. And I'll also put a link in. You can follow me on Instagram and see all the other things I'm cooking. Have a great day.